Hey y'all, my name is Josh. I'd like to tell you a little story about two good friends of mine, Boudreaux and Thibodeau. They're from Pierre Part, Louisiana. One day they were out squirrel hunting and they came across a really big hole in the middle of a woods in an area they had never really hunted before. Well, they started inspecting and looking and there was no bottom. So they began to get curious about how deep the hole goes. And Boudreaux turns over to Thibodeau and says, "Hey Thibodeau, how deep do you expect that hole is over there?" Well, Thibodeau just looked down in there as well and said, "You know, Boudreaux, I'm not really sure." "How about we take this rock, find out?" So they dropped it in, and they listened and listened and listened, and nothing. No splash at the bottom of the hole, no thud, nothing. So Thibodeau turns to Boudreaux and he says, "You know what? Maybe we take this big limb right here and we drop it in. That's bound to make some kind of racket." Well, he threw it in, and nothing happened. So Boudreaux turns to Thibodeau and said, "You know, Thibodeau, everything you dropped in is too small. We need something to make a big noise because this is a deep hole. And there was a railroad tie here about 100 yards back. That's surely going to make a big noise when it hits the bottom." So Thibodeau agreed, and they walked over there and they grabbed it and they drug it over and they heaved it in there. And they listened and listened, and out of nowhere, a goat came from behind them, running as fast as it could, straight towards the hole and dove in, almost taking Boudreaux and Thibodeau with them. Well, they were both really shooken up. They didn't quite know what to think of it, but they decided after that they better just move on and continue with their hunt. Here a couple hours later, they had circled around after they filled their limit with squirrels, and they saw a farmer just kind of walking around confused. Boudreaux looked at him and said, "Hey, Mr. Farmer, is there anything that we could help you with?" The farmer replied, "Well, boys, I don't know. I'm looking for my goat." Thibodeau looked at him and said, "Well, you know, Mr. Farmer, there was a goat. He just ran over into the hole right over there about 300 yards away." Well, the farmer replied, "Boys, that couldn't have been my goat. My goat was tied to a railroad tie."